Right, who's starting this week, Gav? You can.
It's my turn.
The same this week, we're going to do it once every 2 weeks. This is the most nerve-wracking bit.
Because it's very formal, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And we've started off saying good morning, good evening, as if it's a real novelty that someone could listen to any moment of the day.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to this week's Monross Trailcast. I'm Gavin Jones, and he's Adam Gray.
Great, thank you, Mr. Jones. This week, fingers crossed, you will also be watching us. I know we promised that, well, say this week, we're not a weekly podcast, we're a fortnightly podcast. And we did promise a video last time round and we failed. So if you're watching this, then success to us. So yeah, this week we have we've got a bumper show of guests. Everyone, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Rob Potter. I'm a race director for Biblins for Monross Trailblazers.
And who do we have on my left?
I'm Matt from Bespoke, one of the directors here, alongside my wife.
I'm Millie, one of the directors as well. What did you say?
It's like some sort of panel show.
It is, isn't it?
8 out of 10 cats, but nothing
No.
Cool.
The Jimmy Carl in the middle.
So the reason we've gathered a bumper of guests is this episode is a Blaze the Biblins special, which we are going to be unashamedly plugging. So as we've got the main man, the race director, I suppose it'd be quite handy if you it sounds a very formal role. What does it actually entail?
Right now it is really putting all the pieces of the jigsaw together. So booking first aiders, organising the race licence, getting race referees, booking all the landowners, so Forest Commission, Woodland Trust, getting all their permissions in place, ready for the race. And then closer to the time, you'll be organising all the marshals, laying the route, and really just making sure everyone has a fun, safe time. It's a great race.
Have you found any challenges so far this year?
Purely Forest Commission. Yeah. they are a slow, large beast that want our money as well.
Forestry Commission, if you're listening.
I feel there's a sense of being careful what you're saying.
No, I'm sure they'll come through. They have in other years. But the Woodland Trust have been fantastic, and so has the Biblins campsite have also straight away given their permission.
So we mentioned last time a bit about the race, but to tell us a bit more, for those who haven't tuned in yet, tune in. What can you expect from Blaze Biblins?
Blaze Biblins is I'd say challenging trail race. It's around the 10k mark. It's quite technical. We have a hill called the Demon Hill, but this is, I don't know, no one really knows where it starts and finishes, but it is a long S-shaped climb right to the top near Simshat, and then some fast descending through some lovely trails in the Wye Valley.
It's one of those hills as you're climbing up, you think, oh, this is it now, we're there.
Yep.
And then there's another switchback, and you carry on up, and then you carry on up, and it just goes on.
Just keeps on going on. Yeah. We do have first aiders at the top regularly, ready for people, just in case.
And before we started recording, I think we were chatting about last year's race. Do you remember who won it? Gavin?
Yes, sorry. It was Sam Jewson from...
Is it Croft?
Croft Andrew, yes.
Croft Andrew, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Croft Andrew. Yes, Croft Andrew. He was amazing. I think he did it in about 34 minutes. So I think it measured about 5.4 miles last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was over 1,000 foot elevation. That's pretty impressive. And I think he finished first by about 2 minutes.
Okay. So the challenge has been set.
He got to the famous Monross bake-off cakes first. So yeah, I think that was the driving force behind it all.
And I've noticed in that you're, and again, this is actually very apt for a video show. Talk us through, what are you wearing?
So this year we've gone for some blazer Biblins. The merch is designed by Adam himself, the logo, but I think it's come up really well in the green from the Trailblazers green. So we will be selling that at the race, and I think we're going to be able to pre-order them now. So
no pressure. He said now. Basically, I've got to finish it. Post-production, photograph all this, put it onto the sides, connect all the payment system. Soon, coming soon.
What clothing can you order? So you've got
So we've got the hoodie available, the trucker's snapback hat, and we will have the beanie as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So prices will be released soon.
Cool. But excellent value there will be.
Oh yes, definitely.
So, on our left, there's a reason we're sitting where we are in the backdrop. Not your typical trail scene. Some would say a lot more enjoyable, a lot easier. We have been very fortunate this year. Brand new sponsors, Bespoke Brewery, based in Little Dean. But I could blabber on about Bespoke Brewery, but I think it's probably best if we let the experts. Matt, tell us about yourselves.
So we're sat, I suppose it's, for those that are watching, it's fairly obvious, we're sat kind of in amongst the brew kit. And we've got, the tanks behind us are all 2,000 litre tanks, so they hold up to 4,500 pints each. We've got 4 of them, so yeah, it's a fair amount of beer that we produce every week. It's a lot of hangovers anyway, which is how we tend to measure our success. But yeah, so we're sat here in Little Dean, just tucked behind St Ethelbert's Church.
And how long have you guys been here?
Oh, we moved here in the latter part of 2020. So coronavirus was a tough time for lots of people, but for us it was an opportunity. We got the opportunity to get a loan from the government that was guaranteed and as cheap as they come, really. And we took it and used that opportunity to bring it back here, kind of the spiritual home of brewing for us, I suppose. Church Farm has been in the family, or Millie's side of the family, for 400 years. There's historic maltings here, and Millie's grandfather, the governor, used to make this dark and viscous kind of beer that left a lasting memory on all those who drank it. And they still talk about it now, especially the kind of young lads that would help with the haymaking during the summer, and that was their favourite. It was a few pints of this stick on
Yeah, I
tap.
think you only needed a few pints of that stuff, to be fair.
So, because you guys weren't always here, were you? Before COVID, you were based in Mitchell Dean?
That's it. So yeah, the brewery itself started in 2012. A local chap's kind of hobby, I suppose, grew out of control, and he set up the brewery in Mitchell Dean. It went from strength to strength, winning quite a lot of awards actually, especially for the darker beers. And it was only by chance that I was talking to him in a pub locally that I was working at, and talking about brewing beer and this, that, and the other. He very flippantly said that anything is for sale for price. And I was
So you were having a late, sober conversation in a pub,
yeah.
and then you come home to the wife.
Yeah,
said,
we had tickets booked to travel Australia, just one way. We weren't going to come back.
Okay.
And yeah, managed to convince Millie, probably against her better judgment, that buying a brewery was the right thing to do. So we got a group of people around us that believed in the vision as well, and it came together. So yeah, it's been a steep learning curve, I would say.
Because before that, you weren't. I suppose you worked in pubs before. Or what was the level of experience in 2012? They thought, "Do you know what? Let's do this."
I felt pretty experienced. I have consumed my fair share of beer, I would say, over the years. So experienced in terms of tasting and enjoying, but I'd maybe done 2 homebrews in my life. And even then, they were like the cheap Wilco sets that you buy for like a tenner as a cheap way to get off your face at university. That was the extent of my brewing experience, and I would imagine that was a vast amount more than your brewing experience.
Yeah.
Rather than brewing a cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely. No brewing experience, but both of us have worked in pubs prior to that. So yeah, we'd served a few pints, definitely drunk a few.
Yeah.
But as far as brewing, I really not clue.
So what? Yeah, you're going from a cheap, dodgy homebrew set. What's the big difference then coming to big tanks like this? What's the process? What was the professional process?
Yeah, well, look, I think that consistency is the cornerstone of any great brewery, and really any great business, I think. Unless you're like a one-off artist, in which case consistency isn't good. But I think that as a small batch brewery, we like all of those beers from that batch to be as similar as they can be. I mean, I think it's a fine line, isn't it? Because you can walk into the Longhope Bakery down the road where we source some of our bread and stuff for the menu. And I love seeing the slight differences between every day. I think that's amazing. And for some reason, that isn't quite as celebrated within beer, despite it still being handmade in small batches and that sort of stuff. But I think the consistency is key. You do want a very similar pint every time you drink it. But it is a completely different level than kettle of fish, I suppose, going from homebrew, even a semi-professional homebrew setup, to brewing 14,000 pints every week and trying to get them out the door and delivered on time, and training landlords on looking after their beer and all of those things. It's a big difference.
It just sounds really daunting.
It is. I mean, look, I was kind of talking to you earlier. It's millennia kind of old tradition, and it's just when you brew, you take all of your grist, it's called shorthand for your malt, so all of that lovely barley that you get, and you mix it with hot water, and as you do, this foam appears, all of the enzymes get released, and they didn't understand this even 200 years ago, and they referred to that foam as God is good. It was a miraculous thing that this foam suddenly appears. And it's just been steeped in mystery for so long, perfected over years by so many different people. And you take that lovely sugary water then, you boil it, you add your hops now, which is a fairly recent addition to beer. Before it was herbs or whatever it might be. Hops were added as a preservative mainly. And then you cool it and you add your yeast and you let it ferment, and it turns into something drinkable, is the minimum standard we go for.
So where do you source? Obviously, but where's everything sourced then?
Barley, we aim for 100% British, unless it's a style that demands. So, for example, the Helles, which we're all drinking today, like the 4%, that will have some Pilsner, some Munich malts in it, and that will add to some of the flavour, the body, the viscosity. So all of that kind of Bristol we aim to have, we get from British suppliers, and then it will also be British grain where we can. The hops we try and source are British. It's a difficult one. British hops are great for many things. They're great for the kind of bittering profiles that we want. There's no doubt that the Americans and New Zealand guys have made a big impact on the scene in terms of some of those kind of hazy juice bomb IPA things that you get all over the place now for 8 pint. And they have a massive influence too. Good forest water, best in the world. And then yeast is very specific to type, so you have to buy good yeast, consistent yeast, to get the beer you want.
And the name of the brewery is Bespoke Brewery.
Bespoke Brewery.
What's the bespoke element?
Well, actually, I think fiscally for today, so Bespoke Brewery, I think. Do you want to tell us about that?
So a big part of what we do is bespoke labelling. So a company will come to us and they'll say, can you put our brand in bottles? And that's exactly what we do. We've done some amazing jobs over the years. We've worked with everyone from McLaren race cars, which happened to be born label, and our graphic designer was very upset when they came to do that one. We've done Sadiq Khan's Car Free Day. We've done all sorts of things.
Yeah, even right down to the local guys, people that pedal bike away, their beer and cider is
cycles.
Yeah,
we've done a number of them. Weddings, christenings, it's
And
all happening.
coming up And I suppose, yeah, the best is still to come. We're a bit biased.
It's a bit of a hint, isn't it?
It is a bit of a hint. Yeah, we hinted in the last episode, but yeah, explain the bespoke element and how you guys are involved with Place the Biblins.
So I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say, but we've been able to create a label to celebrate the race. And yeah, we're hoping that a few lucky people, am I right, are going to get their hands on it?
Yeah, so you've kindly donated some prizes. What's the breakdown again? What's Common Base Director?
It was first, second, and third in all age groups.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. So yeah, if you come first, second, or third, you will get a Blaze the Biblins beer.
Not are they going to have to stand on a chair and down?
Yes.
Yeah.
So first, second, and third in each age category.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited about it, and the label's looking
It's looking
very
good.
good. Yeah,
It is looking good. Then we might, I think they might have a teaser. We might have a sneak preview coming out. There's also a little ode to the to Demon Hill, which I think we'll leave for the day. So book your tickets, and you can compete to be the best in your age category, and hopefully win some beautiful beers. You touched upon you brewed 4 beers here.
We brew, quite a big range. So really everything from livestock. It's changed over the years, and we wanted to really drive the quality of the beers that we produce. So we've got Into the Light at 3.5%, delicious blonde pale ale. We call it our driver's beer at 3.5%. It's the lightest one we do.
I've seen that.
Driver's beer for the forest.
Yeah, it is. Ideal for the forest, yeah. We've got Forest Gold at 4%, which is a lovely beer. Delicious, moorish. One of our best, a real flagship brew for us. Beware the Bear, a classic forest brew, 4.2%. That's a chestnut colour, best bitter. Packs as much kind of punch as it does folklore history, I suppose. And then Money Frog Road is our stout. So that's a 3-star great tasting stout, featured on Beats Radio 2 and that sort of stuff. So that's a great darker beer too. We've got some ciders, some lagers as well we produce as well. So yeah, a really full range. A beer for everyone.
This is going to be a friendly question, maybe. But what's the Blaze the Biblins beer going to taste like?
It's just the Forest
Oh,
Gold.
It is,
You plug away.
Yeah.
So you've got Forest Gold, our Golden Session 4%, like I said, flagship ale for us, bestseller. No one's going to be disappointed about the end.
Yeah. Do you know, I was at a beer festival and they had the TV doctor who she was on Embarrassing Bodies. I think it was maybe.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant Doctor Who.
No. And she said that the best thing post-race is a beer, full of electrolytes, great for rehydration. She said, a doctor said it's good to drink beer after race. So.
I got a personal best that I'm going to talk about.
Hey, come on, talk about yourself. Go on, make it all about you. Go on. Mr. Modest.
I got a personal best at Newport Marathon in 2019 after going to the Monross beer festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was there the night before. The day after, I got a personal best at Newport Marathon.
You need to speak up, Gav. It's not liking you.
Hello.
No, go on. You carry. Yeah. So, but make it all about you. Carry on. Sorry, we're dealing with the best of tech, but we realised Gav's.
We were just talking about the benefits of beer and running, and I was just saying about how I went to Ross Beer Festival a few years ago, and then ran a personal best marathon for one day.
They say that man can live on beer alone, so I believe.
I can tell you about bread, cheese and onion.
Yeah.
Well, medieval times they would be only drinking beer, wouldn't they? Because the water.
Yeah, definitely. Small beer was a big thing. I think something that will come back into popularity, really. Small beer to make your kind of main beer with all of your really sugary liquor. And then the runnings off that were a lot less sugary. You could still ferment to like 1 or 2%, but was fermented and boiled, which made it clean and safe to drink. So even the kids were on their team Sundays all day and stay safe.
I think we're going to need like an age rating.
Yeah.
And if you disclaim this.
The only thing that we do, when it does get asked, is for age rating, is there's foul language, which we've only had one episode, so we've been pretty good. But but if you do want to be vulgar, don't worry, it's fine. If you do have one too many beers, then it's absolutely fine. So I'm there. As well, I was just remembering, Gav, I think last one of the races, there seems to be a common theme with you, having your pre-race prep. What was the Hereford Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what was your prep for that last time? Or a couple of years ago?
Remember?
That many.
I know I was over, I know that much. I don't know what on and why.
I think there was two letters in it, a J and a D at the bottom. J and D. Yeah, you did. I remember you telling me.
We don't want to
Old compadre of yours.
It's all his fault.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's something about being relaxed in an actual place. Maybe it takes that pressure off. Potentially, I don't know.
To be fair, I turned up to the park run, which, although it was a social race, I take very seriously.
A social run. It's a run. It's not a
Right,
race.
sorry.
It's
Yeah,
a run.
No, you're absolutely
It's a
right.
run. Oh.
Hello.
You've been shunned there. You called it a race.
I know. I was hungover at that and ran nominally my PB after having too many bottles of wine the day before, which I was quite pleased with. So maybe it is just you need to run away from the beer as quickly as you can.
No, genuinely think over the years when I've been coaching classes and things, I've been sat there drinking water, eating pasta the night before, early night, the lot. And some of my best races is after a few beers.
This is quite a different. So our last episode was a bit of an Olympic special, and how the mighty have fallen.
We've lowered the tone.
Because obviously, we're all sitting here drinking 4%.
4% Forest Tellers, yeah.
Forest Tellers. Millie, congratulations, you're on the 0%.
I'm on the 0%.
You're on the 0%. Are you doing much running at the moment? Are you on hold? Or what's?
I have to say, I'm on hold at the moment, but I did have a strong start to this pregnancy, and I did run quite a lot. And then, the sickness took hold and tiredness, and so it has had a bit of a break. But we have 2 toddlers, so I'm running around after them all the time. So I think I'm doing
natural step count, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
But I think it's obviously we're here talking about beer, but actually, maybe you've was it last year or the year before you did a bumper amount of runs, races?
Yeah.
Talk us through some of that.
Yeah, so we had it was meant to be a whole year of races, but we did quite a lot at the beginning actually, in an attempt to raise £10,000 for Hope Tomorrow. The local mobile cancer care unit, they operate actually sort of nationwide, but they do a lot locally because we're so far away.
It's a bit worrying. It's now it's beeping away here, which.
Are we okay?
Yeah, you're okay. Oh.
That's the cable tip and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. This is all.
Why has it run out of battery?
Why did it run out? I charged it. I'll tell you what we'll do. That's fine. This is all. Whoa! Don't look at me fixing it. If I well that. This is. They say never work with animals, children, or Adam. No, that's not the right one. Right.
You good to go?
This is good to go. So I should have said if anything that goes wrong, just leave a natural pause and I can cut it. But
Have you got a cable for it?
I have got a cable for it.
I was going to say I probably have one if not.
What I'm hoping is I'll just put in.
You're on the roll.
I am. I'm.
That was what we were doing funky.
I'll try and do fun.
Right, come on.
One call is about sort of camera in front of you. It's like everything changes. Yeah. Start messing with it.
Right. Has anyone got those like take boards?
I didn't know you
Take
were
two.
That's very precious.
He did like you.
Right, so that's take one. We've got to start all over again.
Yeah.
You forgot to press record.
Just checking.
No, we've done 25 minutes. We're still recording this.
Okay. And have you got all of that? So yeah, as I was saying, Hope tomorrow they're brilliant, and in this area it's really hard to get to chemo. It's like 45 minutes. It's paying for parking and all that. So we wanted to try and raise some money over COVID. They really struggled to get any money together. And so our aim is £10,000, which would be their biggest donation ever. I think the biggest they'd have was 5,000. So we've done just over 7 at the moment, and we're continuing on another page now. I was training with an amazing lady who, unfortunately, she actually, and the irony is beyond belief, she is now receiving care on that bus. So, so that's what it was all about. I think I did about 5 or 6 half marathons, a marathon and a 20-mile race as well, Beast of the Blacks, which was definitely the hardest one I did, but the best kind of moment in any kind of,
So talk us through, you said how many halves?
I think, what was it? I think we did 5 half marathons.
Yeah. And were you running much before this?
So I've run on and off for years, kind of on the pavements, a little bit of the trail stuff. I've done a couple of half marathons. I sort of dabbled in running. That was kind of the only thing I really did. But last year, where I sort of took it up a notch, I found that I could run a really long way, but also I was okay with hills, which when you live in the Forest of Dean, those are 2 things you need to be able to do. And it was great. I learned a lot. I really did.
So the 4, do you remember which 4 you did at the halves?
So I did Chepstow, Richmond Park. I can't remember them all.
So Chepstow's the race course.
Chepstow's the race course.
How did you find that?
Boring and very, it was like really misty and it was laps. I don't think anyone likes doing, I mean, maybe they do.
Like laps,
I don't like doing that, and I whinged a bit on that one. But it was.
So if you don't like laps, Blaze the Biblins is perfect.
Yeah.
1 lap, single
It's
lap.
perfect. I was a born kid, so yeah, perfect. So that was great. That was in January. In February, I did Richmond Park and got.
That was another lapse.
That was another lapse, yeah. And it was really odd course because you were like, on one half you were like roasting hot, and then on the other half it was like you were in a wind tunnel being blown away.
It's just London.
Yeah. And but it was great to go and do. But again, laps. So by the time I finished, I was like, yeah, there's the deer.
Time and saw the deer 3 times round.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, Matt did that one with me actually. And then March was the Beast of the Blacks, and then the marathon was in April. So yeah, I had like a really strong start.
And which marathon was this? Sorry?
It was
The Great Welsh.
yeah, the name lots. It was the Great Welsh Marathon in Pembrokeshire, is that right?
Great,
Yeah. And it sold with this like beautiful scenery, and I was like, great, because I love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Got there, it was just completely flat, out to 10 miles. Yeah. There was like a big loop at the end, wasn't there, which made it the miles, and yeah, it was very hard for somebody that's like trained on the trails to then do that amount of running
It's
on
quite
the
comparatively
pavement.
boring
Yeah,
run.
yeah, and I was raring to go, and yeah, the person I was running with, it wasn't their finest race that one. They were struggling a little bit, but I was in good shape for that actually. I was feeling pretty good. But then we were renovating a house and life took over a little bit. So
That's life does.
yeah.
And so that was roads. And how many were trams? What was the tram?
So my favourite one, yeah, Beast of the Blacks. That was the elevation was 4,500 feet. It was 20 miles, and it was snowing really heavily. So it was absolutely freezing, and they like turn you out up the like steepest hill of the whole course. which I think is really neat because everyone gets a little bit nervous at the beginning and then they set you off up there. But I just loved it. I really, that was where I thrived, so I was really happy with that.
So we've been doing a bit of a, excuse the pun, a running theme of runners high, runners low.
Yeah.
So we're saying the Beast of the Blacks is your runners high.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And then the low point of just generally running it is a...
But I had to do all my training at like 5 o'clock in the morning, having been up with our, at that time, very young baby. So there's probably, and it was winter, I don't know in winter, so there's some very wet 5 a.m. long runs.
And you just don't see anything, do you? The torch on, you don't... I mean,
No.
we're lucky being in a beautiful part of the country, but yeah, when you start doing training runs at that time, it's...
Yeah, we did Mayhill a lot. That was a great one to train for the Beast of the Blacks. And I've got a love-hate relationship with that place now. I really do. It's not my favourite place.
So yeah, we've got due date is January.
Yeah, end of January.
End of January. And have you thought about anything in the future that you might want to enter?
Yeah, well, my next thing is I want to do a triathlon.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing. But yeah, running will always be a huge part of what we do. We actually run with our toddlers in a double pushchair, and everyone thinks we're a bit bonkers and they're really heavy. But yeah, we love doing it.
We did talk about Nest doing a guided pushchair running. Yeah, probably worthwhile trying to get back there, compare and contrast.
Yeah.
On there. I can't think of anything worse. Like your hands are just...
Yeah,
It's
it is
great.
hard.
It's good because on the hills you can kind of dig deep and hold on to something. Downs, they just drag you.
Yeah,
you're
you're
away,
so
you're
quick.
like
You get like RPGs.
5-minute miles going downhill.
You're just flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like cannonballs?
Yes.
Basically
If you
the
can't,
same
you don't get
thing.
the advantage of it.
Yeah.
We used to have one with a brake, and that was great.
That was better. Yeah, now it's just like hold on.
Yeah.
What you really need to do though is train the dog to take the pushchair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just wait at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then just have a pint here. The dog can, they both hit their exercise, come back and have a natural break.
Yeah, it sounds like a logistical nightmare, but we could try it.
Okay.
You know?
I guess a bit off topic, but I used to look direct to these videos. And I'm looking around thinking this would be an amazing place to host a race.
Do you know, there are so many routes that we've had a binball here, so we did both a couple of bike routes, which you
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a couple of running routes. I think, was it 5 and 10K?
Yeah, we did like half pine and pine.
Okay.
So from here we did a 5k and a 10k run. That's really good.
25 and 50.
Yeah, I mean we know so many great routes in here. Definitely.
There's a half marathon route, which I think is world class.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
you drag me one.
Yeah.
It's it's amazing. I think you see the best of the forest on the road.
Yeah, really good. So yeah, I think there's lots in the future. A big part of what we do is getting the communities here. We've already got a really exciting club that comes on Thursday night. They go out on the roads, we let them. And yeah, we've potentially got a local running club starting on a Wednesday night here. We do loads of other bits as well, not just sports. You know, we've got kids class on a Friday morning, a gaming group that come on a Thursday. So yeah.
And you tell me on the way up here, quiz night.
Quiz night on the
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's not.
Yeah.
Thursday's
The impossible
back.
quiz.
Back in September, isn't it?
September, yeah. The impossible quiz.
You partake in that.
Oh yes. Try to get there every Thursday. So yeah, it is good.
And you'll see
It's challenging. Oh, God, to challenge me then. Don't even know our answer. No.
Have you ever won it?
No.
Have you ever lost? Because you get a
I
box
know
of
you get a
chocolates
box
if
of
you lose.
chocolate. I know it's almost tempting when you're middling of the pack. I think it's almost
Not
tempting
fair,
to
is
go.
it?
To go to the bottom.
Yeah. Fake a hamstring injury.
So, anybody's listening to this, wants to pop down, where can they find you? Where are we? Give a quick plug.
So we are tucked behind St Ethelbert's Church in Little so just kind of opposite the jail, follow the farm track to the car park, with a second barn on the left, which
Yes.
is the right way to put it. We're open every Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 4 o'clock till late. Come down for great food, good pop-ups, amazing beer, all locally produced. Yeah, I think it's the place to be in for us.
Fantastic. And Gav, I'm not so we might have to add something on. I've done a minimal preparation, which you can tell that everything's gone wrong. Any upcoming races apart from Blaze the Biblins that you can think of?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think Monross specific races.
Yeah, we tried to get a bit of
Severnbridge 10k, the Forest Half and 5k.
Oh yeah, I meant to enter the Forest Half.
Are you? We need to get you entered.
Yeah.
Severnbridge 10k this Sunday. Some friends from Hip Social down in Linear doing
Gavin sacked.
He's on.
He's on.
Yeah, so you've got that one.
What's that race then? Just over.
I think it's over back. It's meant to be about 3 miles across the bridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
I've cycled across it. It's windy. It's not nice.
It is
But
It's really steep as well.
yeah,
it's surprising. It is surprising.
but yeah, I mean, everyone's cup of tea and stuff. For me, yeah, going over it's. But I've never run over it, so.
I think at Christmas they do the night runs there.
Yeah.
as well.
There's the night race that we did last year.
Oh yeah, that was Beeching Coast, wasn't it?
Beachinghurst, that's
Yeah.
a really good race to do. That's pretty hilly. That's quite.
And I did a great one, a 10k in Simmons Gap, November time.
Forestry.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
That was
Whilst the slow do a good race.
There we are.
And of course, yeah, we've got half marathon, which won't be prepared for, but we'll be doing that in September.
Late September.
Yeah, late September.
You have time.
September the 24th. Yeah, I have time with 3 kids, but yeah, I will be there and enjoy the afternoon off, I guess.
Sounds like a
It'll
walk
take
in the park.
Just, yeah.
I know it's well off, yeah, but in October there's a 5-mile race at Glenavon,
Okay.
hosted by multiple runners.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at directors, you got married last week, so I went to the
Oh,
afternoon, but yeah.
so
Just thought I'd just put that in.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Toby, if you're listening. Yeah, so that's coming up in October.
And when's? I'm just so sorry. Just flashback me to the night one. So I've only done Sugarloaf at night, so I've never actually raced it during the day. But that'll be started up again soon. won't it?
The Fowl series tends to start in Mountains.
Okay, so we'll be quite a way up there.
Yeah.
Because you were invited, you're passing the baton on. Were you invited to for the East Wales team again? weren't you?
Yeah, that was at North Wales on Bank Holiday Monday.
Okay.
I won't see it, but yeah, I passed it to a fellow Monross.
Oh.
He's going to be there, so
And,
best Kieran.
Oh, Kieran, you need to smash your time, do you?
Yes. He's fast at the moment.
He is flying. What was that? Did he turn up at the wrong race? What was? I saw something. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah.
Wrong side of the mountain, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. He literally turned up the wrong race, yes. And they let him enter. And he
On
came
the day?
second, yeah. On the
Wow.
day, yeah.
I said, did he run round to the other side?
And then do the other
Yes.
Very good.
Oh, very good, very good. Cool. Well, Matt, Millie, Bespoke Brewery, thank you. And
Thank you.
yeah, we're looking forward to the day. Millie, I was going to offer you a place, but you're more than welcome to come
I can
along.
pass
Matt,
it on.
pass it on. Yeah, you've got free entry, so come along.
Thank you.
Enjoy the day.
Definitely will.
Yeah, enjoy the cakes. Yeah, and compete. Well, I suppose you don't really need to compete for the beer, do you?
Well, no, I'm going to go for not the quickest in my age category, but weight category. I think if I could win that.
I quite like the idea of that.
Yeah, that would be a real handicap.
Shall I bring the scales? I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for fingers crossed watching. Oh, there we go. They really like to match. Matt, you're beautiful.
You're a natural.
Cool. Right. It doesn't like Gav at all, does it? Gav, go by Matt. Cool. Right. Well, thank you, everyone. And Gav, take it away.
Until next time, keep blazing those trails.
Brilliant.